All right. And welcome to Fusion Pop. Um, the theme tonight is Wookiees versus Klingons. And of course, who would win if they were battling? With or without weapons? With and without weapons, I should say. um, so, as you know, I always let you guys know that Fusion Radio is Fusion Pop is presented and produced by Fusion Radio. I am Janine, also known as DJ Eternal Eyes, and so you could follow me for when I go live at DJ Eternal Eyes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course at Fusion Radio Unite or Fusion Radio. You could find us through those as well. Now, I do have two guests joining me in this interesting conversation. We first have, well, as you guys know, you've met Mad J Dog before.
Hi,
Go
everybody.
ahead and introduce yourself a bit more there.
I am Mad J Dog, also known as, or real life name Jeremy. I am a DJ at Fusion Radio as well on Wednesday nights for rock and roll. DJ Mad J Dog is my DJ name, of course.
Yeah, Rockin' Mad Frequency is his show. And then we have a new guest, Captain Whitehorse. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Captain Whitehorse. My real name is Jason, but it's Captain Whitehorse. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I am the executive officer on the USS Commonwealth, Region 1. And I'm also the chief operation officer. So you're gonna see me around. I'm always around Region 1.
Yep. And I'm also a part of Region 1 with USS Serenity. So so yes, I'm a geek in all ways, shapes and forms. So what we're going to do with this first is I'm going to go over the Wookiees information, physical characteristics, culture, what type of weapons they usually go with, and then we're going to go into Klingons, and then we're going to go into the debate of who we think would win.
The never-ending Star Trek versus Star Wars debate.
Yes. Hey, individualizing each one is nice. So, but yeah, so we're going to go over who would win if they had weapons, and then also if they didn't have weapons on them. So let me start with the Wookiees. So adult Wookiees are typically taller than most humans, averaging 2.221 meters, which is about 7 feet 3 inches. They possess enormous strength. Solo states that a Wookiee can pull a man's arms out of his sockets if angered or slighted. And in books and comics, no humanoid species is shown to equal a Wookiee in pure strength. Now, Wookiees have a keen sense of smell, are fully covered with a thick coat of hair, have good hand-eye coordination, and are shown to be excellent marksmen. Wookiees have been shown in many diverse environments, such as those of Hoth, Tatooine, and Endor, never wearing any protective clothing or showing any signs of discomfort. Wookiees have a lifespan of several hundred years. Whew. Now, the culture of the Wookiees are devoted, loyal friends and are very distrustful of strangers. Life debt is sacred to them. Despite a fearsome appearance and temperamental disposition, Wookiees are very intelligent and are very adept at handling advanced technology. Chewbacca is co-pilot and performs maintenance on the Millennium Falcon, and also possesses a working knowledge of robotics, managing to haphazardly reassemble C-3PO after he was destroyed by Imperial stormtroopers in The Empire Strikes Back. I remember that. Wookiees are fast learners. Chewbacca commanders an Imperial AT-ST during the Battle of Endor and is shown effectively maneuvering the vehicle and operating its weapon systems. Wookiees greatly value morality, courage, compassion, and loyalty. A sacred and ancient Wookiee tradition is that of the Honor family. An honor family comprises of a Wookiee's closest friends and companions. These family members pledge a commitment to lay down their lives for one another, as well as members of any honor families these individuals may have. Like that similarly sacred Wookiee life debt, Wookiees are willing to extend this tradition to members outside their species. Chewbacca considered Han Solo, Leia Organa Solo, their children, and Luke Skywalker part of his honor family. Wookiees have understanding of Star Wars, universe warfare, and fought alongside Republic forces during the Clone Wars. Wookiees are betrayed and enslaved shortly after that conflict, as well as on certain occasions during the war by Separatist Alliance. Some Wookiees are sensitive to the Force. One such Wookiee is Lobaka, Chewbacca's nephew, from the book series Young Jedi Knights, although the story is no longer considered canon. Some Wookiees are also prominent and successfully bounty hunters, such as Black Chrysanthemum, due to their strength and ferocity. I'm not going to go into language because
their language is more, but it's just grunts and growls.
Yeah, but there are some humans who show knowledge of it, of course. Now, in weapons, in the Star Wars films, Chewbacca carries a bowcaster, the traditional weapon developed and used by Wookiees. Bowcasters launch quarrels, which are crossbow bolts that through magnetic manipulation appear as elongated blaster bolts due to their velocity. Now, the propulsion technique gives the quarrels extremely high stopping power. Chewbacca in particular is shown to be an excellent shot, killing a stormtrooper who was attempting to escape on a speeder bike in Return of the Jedi. The spring that powers the bowcaster is extremely hard to pull back. Humans are generally incapable of cocking a bowcaster, although Han Solo was seen to do so. And of course, the home planet, Kashyyyk. It was also known as Wookiee Planet C. Okay. So that's their information. Now let's go to the Klingons. And before I do that, I'm going to take a drink. All right. That feels good. All right. So with Klingons. Now, their biology, Klingons possess a robust and enduring biology as well as large and muscular statures. Klingons have been seen on multiple occasions possessing physical strength equal to or superior to that of a Jem'Hadar and Harrogen. Excuse me. Two other races possessing immense strength, and the half-human B'Elanna Torres proves that more than a match for a Vulcan. B'Elanna, yeah. Their anatomy is redundant and super norm. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tongue-tied tonight. Bear with me. Supernumerary. Every organ has a backup, including an extra set of kidneys, an 8-chambered heart, a third lung, a secondary brainstem, as well as an extensive and hardy skeletal structure. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. The redundancy is evident even at the cellular level. For example, the Klingons have backup synaptic networks in their nervous system, allowing them to grow a new spine, as was demonstrated with Worf when his spine was surgically removed and replaced with a transplanted, genetically cloned new one. Their rapid metabolism allows injured Klingons to heal quickly. All of this makes Klingons extremely hardy and difficult to kill, as necessitated by their aggressive nature and resistant to physical trauma, environmental exposure, and illness. Klingons alone have a natural resistance to the phage, which plagues the Vidians of the Delta Quadrant. Like Kardashians, they avoid cold temperatures. Klingons also have a heightened sense of smell, as suggested in Birthright Part 2. In The Next Generation, when Worf and a Klingon boy go hunting and can track an animal by scent. Now, Klingon children are fierce and aggressive by nature. From as soon as they walk, they're instructed into honing their hunting and combat skills, strengthening their physical prowess and agility. Like humans, they go through a form of puberty, which, as Picard puts it in Star Trek Insurrection, hardly does it justice, and includes sudden bursts of hair growth, extreme mood swings, violent tendencies, and the Klingon equivalent of acne, called Gorch in Klingon. Oh, I remember that episode. It was like this huge thing. Now, culture. In comparison to the original series, Klingon culture is thoroughly examined in later series episodes. Part of a larger movement by Star Trek writers to deepen viewer understanding of the alien races of the franchise. Now, the Klingons adhere to a strict code of honor, similar to feudal Mongolian or Japanese customs, although some, such as Garan, appear to struggle to live up to their ideals. Their society is based on war and combat. Ritual suicide is often preferred over living life as a crippled warrior, and may allow a warrior to die with honor. To be captured rather than killed in battle brings dishonor to not only the captive, but his descendants. Death is depicted as a time of celebration, not grief. Now, Klingons are depicted as a spiritual people. According to their legends, Klingons slew their own gods. The equivalent to heaven and hell are called Stovakor and Grithor, respectively. In Stovakor, battle and feasting can be eternally won and shared, while those sent to Grithor are condemned to internal torture unless their honor is restored by living relatives. Those who do not die in battle may not enter Stovakor. Relatives undertake quests to guarantee their deceased comrades' entry into paradise. Despite believing in an afterlife, the Klingons perform a form of last riot. Now, this consists of spreading the eyes open, humming in anticipation of the final breath, and roaring skywards when the warrior dies, warning the dead a Klingon warrior is coming, as shown in Heart of Glory. Yet Klingons have no burial rites and dispose of corpses by the most expedient means available, considering them empty shells. The Klingon spiritual leader is Cathlis, messianic historical figure who established early codes of honor and was the first Klingon emperor. His fabled weapon, Sword of Cathlis, is depicted as a unique bat'leth that serves as the Klingon equivalent of the Holy Grail. In the Next Generation episode, Rightful Heir, Cathlis appears in the flesh to Worf, who had doubted his Klingon faith. This Cathlis is revealed to be a clone created in an attempt to bring Klingons together, and who is chosen to lead the Klingon people as a figurehead. And of course, with their language, you could learn it. It's actually a language now. Now, they do go into the starships, as Klingons are portrayed as a warrior culture. Klingon starships are usually depicted as warships, heavily armed with a variety of particle beam weaponry and antimatter warheads. Many Klingon ships also make use of cloaking technology to hide the vessel from view. The first Klingon ship design used in the original series, the D7 class battlecruiser, was designed by Matt Jeffries to evoke a predator's shape akin to that of a manta ray, providing a threatening and instantly recognizable form for viewers. The configuration of Jeffries' design featured a bulbous forward hull connected by a long boom to a wing-like main hull, with the engine nacelles mounted on each wingtip. Now, later Klingon starships by other designers kept to the same overall configuration, although updated to reflect their respective time periods. Rick Sternbach's designs for the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine drew on elements of Starfleet ships' features to reflect the alliance between the Federation and the Klingons, while John Eames' designs for Enterprise incorporated more rugged and primitive construction to make the vessels appear consistent with the earlier time period. And of course, their home world has been given several names. It was referred to Klinzai by the Next Generation episode Heart of Glory, also called the Planet King, Kronos or Quonos. Yeah, it has a lot of names. No, it doesn't say. Let's see, change in appearance. We know
The
that,
continuity guy was failing, apparently, if they have so many names.
right? Yeah, and it looked pretty much. You see them with bathliths and all that. They mostly have. I mean, they have guns like weapons, but most of their weapons before they took on the guns are actually like sharp swords and things, like the bathlith and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of like samurai, as I said. So, but yeah, so that's they're between both of them. Now, I don't know about you, they both definitely have honor and they're big on family. Gosh, it looks like they both are very strong, and having 2 lungs and things for Klingons hard to kill.
Multiple redundancies is
but you have to admit that unlike the Wookiees, the Klingons can't live in certain weather conditions like cold. So the Wookiees can outdo them on that field. I mean, both of them, I wonder if both of them put together would actually, instead of becoming enemies, join together. We will fight with honor.
I was gonna say the basis of this fight. We didn't. It's harder to say because in fact it's either what were we comparing them in ground combat, boat, or both? Because in fact I don't think we've seen much in Star Wars if they have spaceships or not.
The Wookiees can fly any spaceship.
Basically, yes.
Due to their intelligence. And Klingons are also intelligent, but not in the Wookiee way, if that makes sense. I don't know. The Wookiees have some things over them, but then the Klingons, since they're harder to kill and are able to, the Wookiees don't have that, but with their stature and everything, they're almost even kill, in my opinion. But let's go with Captain Whitehorse first. Let's put this scenario. I'll let you and Matt J Dog kind of debate on this, and I'll give my some 2 cents.
All right.
But let's put it right. The first scenario I'm going to put is on land.
Okay.
With their respectable weapons. As you know, the what do you call it?
Bow and arrow. It's like a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but it's not just a regular arrow either. It's more like
no, it's
they're broadcasters versus.
It's I'm trying to think what the name is. It handcrafted broadcast. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's hold on.
It's like
a bowcaster. It's called.
Yeah, that's what I just. That's the picture I have in front of me.
So we have bowcaster against whatever the Klingons, will grab anything in front of them. But what if they had their bathlith? Then
I would say bathliths more than likely. I'm not. I would think you two know a little bit more about the Klingons a little bit. If they, I don't know, they would have some kind of ranged weapon to throw in the mix too. But I know bathlith is.
A lot of the guns they get is usually from the Federation. I don't recall if they had one designed specifically for them other than the... let me see. I'm going to bring up Klingon weapons quick.
That's okay.
Just so we could look at all the weapons. Okay. Spear, clock, yeah, most of them are just big, huge battle swords and such. Now, I'm going to see if they have anything that's a gun. No.
Yeah, I think the Cherokee.
boomerang looking.
I think the
thing.
Cherokee will win on this battle because it's they have armor persons in it, so that
Mhm.
hits somebody. Like if it hit us, then we're down for a count.
I'd
So-
say it depends on how strength the size, like for the Klingons versus they have the number size of their force compared to the Wookiees. I mean, the Wookiees will keep them at range with their bowcasters, of course. But
If they come in range, though, remember they could tear off arms, and that's one
Yes.
thing that Klingons can't regenerate. They regenerate
almost like
more
Wolverine. Throw
inside.
those back.
Yeah, those
Throw
won't
those
go back.
back.
It will be like an armless Klingon.
Why don't I'm here?
It's just a flesh wound.
I can see honestly, I can see Wookiees using the ripped off arms as weapons too.
Oh,
Be like,
they've been known
boom.
to do that. They've been known
just
to do
boom, boom.
Hey, Darth Vader.
I have to say advantage Wookiees on that front because the fact, like I said, they can mow them down from range with their bowcasters. If and only if they could get past that to melee range, then yeah, ripping of the arms off would be deadly.
And also,
very deadly.
And also, too, I think it was one of the Star Wars movies. They were driving an AT-T vehicle.
The ATTE, maybe.
Yeah, I remember they're driving one of those big wobbly machines. So they are.
And I think if I remember from episode 3, they also have they have their own like aerial flight vehicle too. Where they were dropping like munitions on Trade Federation tanks.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly. I don't remember what they're called. I remember seeing the scene from episode 3.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called either. All I know is that when it comes to Wookiees, they actually they do a lot more than people realize. Because as you said, Chewbacca, we see him fight, but we don't see as much of the full Wookiees until the Clone Wars, and they kind of go from each one who's fighting. So it's kind of like up in the air for certain things, but with the Klingons, mostly their weapons being like swords and dagger, knives and things like that, unless they grab somebody else's weapon. It's long distance. Wookiees have it. Close up, it could go either way. So what do you think? Close up with their weapons, even Wookiees could grab the yeah.
Wow!
And that's why that's why I keep saying when they have no arms, it's like it's just a flesh wound, because they'll probably still fight if they can move, just like and they'll probably say something as long as I can bite to the death.
But I could also see, since they're also smart, since Wookiees are smart as well, I can also see them picking up fallen bat lifts and using the bat lifts against the Klingons.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
They're strong too, so they can pick up a rock if I.
I can.
Rocks.
And plus, I'm gonna go with future Disney trilogy now. But I think if you see a Wookiee losing someone they care about from their family unit or family, like Chewbacca basically goes completely insane with grief and shoots the bowcaster directly at Kylo Ren, and surprisingly his ability, he actually survives the shocks. That shot is those things are brutal. And they'll go into a fit of rage basically and just
it's scary at times.
Yeah,
makes you wonder.
We only have one person that's watching us. That's
so
amazing.
far. It sometimes starts that way and then it goes up.
Well, part of the problem is I'm actually in the call. I'm usually following through text chat too, but I'm a part of the conversation this time around too.
Now, all right. So without weapons, on the ground without weapons, face to face, Manuel Mano, I guess you could say.
Wookie.
I'm going to say it's a toss-up because of the fact, granted, Wookiees have the ability, again, rip arms off. But I think their Klingons have kind of they probably have hand-to-hand, more hand-to-hand knowledge than Wookiees do with fighting.
Actually, with the hand-to-hand fighting, Wookiees can do that too.
True.
That's the funny thing. I've seen Chewbacca just when they knock something out of his hand, will just grab the person when they're trying to attack and throw them over, railing or something.
Bye.
Woo!
It's flying.
Roar.
Roar. Yeah. I wish I could do his voice or something. I can't.
I don't think anyone can do his voice. Like,
there are some impersonators who can do it, actually.
I mean, I almost feel bad for the people that have to play the role in Disney with this being those characters. That's one, you're being in a hot Chewbacca suit, and
true. Actually, we went to a con. Which con was it? I think it was Conapalooza in Tennessee, and there was the Mandalorians there, where they actually, pretty much what they did was they would go ahead and let you to get charity, like money for charity. They went ahead and had you put in a name of somebody to put a bounty on, and then when they picked them up, the only way to get out is somebody had to put money in to get them out.
Yes, but we had the same thing in Ottawa. About 2 or 3 years ago, that happened to a friend of mine, and they had a bounty on them, and they went to jail. Trust me, I was in that jail. It smells. So 501, clean out your toilet.
Well, the one we went in was just through the Mandalorians. They weren't through the 501. They have their separate group too. Yeah. And I did it for my husband, and somebody else put my name in, so we ended up having to both go in.
So we're like, fair play.
Ouch.
Okay, so who's gonna let us out? And a friend of ours came and was like, "Here you go." And they get paid double to let us both out. But we got some photos of it. Actually, my main photo on Facebook right now is me and my husband both in jail. It was funny because we were on our Star Trek table.
That's why you have to be.
It was hilarious. Well, the funny thing was when they came for John, he came up with his little his gun, my husband, and they did a standoff too. So we got pictures of that. But there was a Chewbacca there, and he was huge. He was like, our friend Char got a picture with him that I got. But yeah, we love going to the conventions and having a table and meeting people because it gets so much fun. We know the 501st, a lot of them from there. So when we see them, we're like, oh, I know you. And sometimes they have new people. And we're like, oh, hey, how you doing? And people thought when we did Wizard World Con, we were at, like most of the cons, they kind of make us near each other. But this one, we're literally sitting next to each other. And people were like, so have you guys battled yet? We're like, oh no, we're all cool actually. So, but I wanted to be a red shirt and pretend to be a ghost because they also had the Ghostbusters there and we were going to do like a little skit, but we didn't have the red shirt with us. So I was like, oh man, that would have been awesome.
Why you want to be a red shirt? As the saying goes, red shirts always die.
Oh, I know. I was supposed to be already dead. I was going to be the ghost of one. Still want to do it. But yeah, like seeing the ones who dress up as a Wookiee. I mean, yeah, those things look very hot. Even stormtroopers are probably hot in their costumes.
Yes, they are.
So, but I was having a lot of fun. I always have fun with people who cosplay. It's awesome. I love cosplay. But yeah, I can't wait for conventions to be up and running again.
I
I
say
miss them.
cosplay, yeah, and there's some cosplayers, or even
Mhm.
some famous people that they'll dress up in costume.
Hmm.
I mean, I think I'll name drop it anyway. Adam Savage, he used to be one of the main people from MythBusters. He goes to cons disguised and and
Oh,
it's like
wow.
an objective to see if anyone will notice that it's him. That it's him.
That's cool. That is cool. But yeah, so on the ground, they could be even kill, or if the Wookiee gets a hold of them, I don't know.
Oh yeah. I think the Wookiee gets a hold of him. It's game. I would say game over.
Yep.
Mhm. But I mean, it'll be an intense fight to the end. I mean, they both will have injuries and things, but I don't know. I still think the Wookiee has it. I don't know. I know. I think. I mean, even though I'm a Star Trek fan, I love Klingons. And I'm a Star Wars fan.
Oh.
Star Wars and Star Trek fan. I am. So yeah. But yeah, Wookiees probably have that. How about in the air? Knowing that, well, let's see. In the air, Wookiees can fly any vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, he did the Millennium Falcon. You see him in some of the Speedster, the big thing. I mean, ATS.
AT&T.
Yeah.
We see Chewie Pilot. That's an ATST, which is the smaller Imperial walkers. But
and then you know that Klingon has the capability of not like the ships can, what do you call it? Cloaking. They could cloak themselves.
Yes.
I think I don't think any of the other, like Millennium Falcon never cloaked.
No.
Yeah.
There was not really any ship in Star Wars that I remember that had that technology.
No.
Offhand.
No. Not that I can recall either.
I would say any air or space, I'm gonna have to say a little bit more advantage goes towards Klingon, because we don't know exactly how much what Wookiees get what ships what the Wookiees will get their hands on. I mean, it could be some really good ones, could be some really bad ones. Conditions of them might not be the greatest, because the fact some like the Falcon, for example, that's even in the original trilogy, it's starting to show it's a older ship.
I'm looking at it now. It's showing under Wikipedia.
Yes.
That there was some cloaking devices for some ships.
But
they were like the Republic stealth ship. It looks like it looks like it could be like a long staff or something, or let's see, IPV-2C stealth corvette. Corvette. Or Corvette. Oh wow. That's what they
Corvette.
Call it.
Not the Calm.
No. And it's known as the Republic stealth ship. And let me show you guys what it looks like.
Let's get a visual aid on that one.
Yeah, I want to see what that is. I never heard of it.
Share the screen.
Yeah, even me as a Star Wars guy, I'm kind of scratching my head on that one.
Okay. This. And then it's also looks like this.
Okay.
When it's going into stealth mode. See, doesn't it kind of look like maybe a stake
looks like a rocket. It looks like a rocket shape.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then these are other ones that could go
Yeah.
stealth mode. Oh, let me see. There's
I feel like it's
what's
not.
the cloak and device goes on this one too. I'm trying to figure out what type of ship this is though.
That looks like almost close to a Jedi. What looked like a Jedi interceptor almost.
Yes.
Yeah, let me try something. Oh wait, what am I doing? I could just do this and go to all.
Because
See
it
if
seems
there's
like
anything on them. All right, let's see. Cloaking device. All right, so. I'm trying to see. Oh, Darth Maul's scimitar had a cloaking device.
oh, okay.
Prior to the Clone Wars, Admiral Trench engaged cruisers equipped with cloaking devices. Okay. Starship technology, stealth ship. Use the craft to deliver supplies to Senator Maul. Oh, yeah. In the Clone Wars, you could see ships that had it. Despite the failure of first attack. Here it is. The personal corvette, the Carrion Spike, had a cloaking device based on the stealth ship used at Christophsis and was powered by Stygium crystals. It was very rare small ships such as the Millennium and Falcon to have cloaking devices, of course. Cloaking devices were mostly used by shadow troopers during battles against the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this one has anything.
I mean, that sounds like it's believable from a sense, because the fact that they say only like smaller ships would be likely to have something technology like that, or be able, because it seems to be always more feasible for smaller crafts.
This is the most one that has the best stealth, though, they're saying.
And it's funny, I have never heard of it, never seen that in anything.
It might be just in the animated ones right now. I'm not sure.
That's a possibility.
Let me see what this one. Because it's saying they had it. Just before the Death Star was destroyed by Luke Skywalker in Star Wars A New Hope, Grand Moff Tarkin could have evacuated and saved himself with a super sleek starship, which has now been revealed to have been canonically equipped with a badass cloaking device. Ooh, tongue-tied again. And since this cloaking device is canon, the galaxy far, far away could be filled with invisible ships that we've obviously never seen. So,
interesting.
Well, that's one of those things where he didn't choose to evacuate because he didn't think the Death Star was going to get blown up.
Well,
how wrong he was.
Big time.
Yeah. But yeah, it even says cloaking devices have never been actually depicted being used in Star Wars movie, though invisible things are notoriously hard to spot. Still, cloaking devices do in fact exist in the canon of the original films and The Empire Strikes Back. Captain Nita says no ship that small has a cloaking device. After the Millennium Falcon seems to vanish. Since Nita was a lower-ranking Imperial officer, it seems like he was unaware that cloaking devices on smaller ships did in fact exist. Early promotional material for Poe Dameron's X-Wing Black One established it was a stealth ship too, though it's not clear if that's the same as cloaking device.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So there is some canning cloaking devices, but yeah, they're not big on it. It's only certain ships. Pretty
I'm
much in
kind
the
of.
ones we saw, there's only two main ones with this one and this one.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about what the ship those escape crafts that were used in Last Jedi, if they were stealth or not. Because the fact I don't remember. Because the fact they weren't looking. They were so. They probably weren't stealth, but because those crafts were so small, they wouldn't have noticed them. But I don't remember if they were. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen Episode 8. But then again, I don't. I personally probably won't see it again because I wasn't a big
Yeah.
fan.
Well, it does state that the ships can detect if they're able to know there's a possibility there's an invisible ship around. The ships can detect it with certain things. But if the Klingons were against the Wookiee, I think the Klingons would win in air because of their stealth ability, and they pretty much they do more when they're flying.
Invisible.
Yeah, and up in the universe.
Yeah,
The
I
stars
have to
and that.
agree with the consensus. I definitely say Klingons have more of an air superiority
Mhm.
because the fact, like I said, the Wookiees depends on what ships they have and what they get their hands on. Because some of them, like I said, you can get good ones or you can get bad ones.
Yeah. Now, if they were able to get a ship with, like, if they got that long cloaking one, the only thing about that one is not made to maneuver as well as the Klingon ship, because it's more like a down dive. Like, if you think about it, the way I think the way the IPV-2C stealth corvette is made, it looks like it's just to hide while,
Almost like a reconnaissance ship or something.
yeah, it doesn't look like a battleship, because when I was reading up on it, it didn't say that they had, let's see, stealth corvette was an experimental vessel by the Galactic Republic and manufactured by Senior Design Systems during the Clone Wars. Equipped with a cloaking device that rendered it invisible, the prototype stealth ship was used during the Battle of Christophsis by Jedi General Anakin Skywalker. Originally tasked with sneaking past the Separatist blockade of the planet to deliver relief supplies to Senator Bail Organa on the surface, Skywalker instead used the ship to bring down Separatist Admiral Trench's command ship, the Invisible. Skywalker clone commander Blackout, CT-1284 Spark, and the crew of the ship tried to attack Trench's ship, but beforehand, Admiral Trench found that the ship's magnetic signature could be tracked, so it's completely undetectable. Is not completely undetectable. However, when he launched tracking torpedoes that followed the ship's magnetic signature, Skywalker flew close to the invisible bridge, causing the torpedoes to take out Trench's own ship. So yeah, this does not have weapons on it.
Yeah, that's
Well, modular. Okay, the stealth ship had a modular hull and 28 cloak protectors. It was armed with only 2 anti-aircraft laser cannon turrets, 1 each in the dorsal and ventral sides, and 4 torpedo launcher on the front. It was also equipped with flares and had 2 sensor retinas. Yeah, it looks like it was just made so it could go through blockades and deliver relief, and it had certain things on it to protect it, but it wasn't made to be a full-out warship.
I'm just seeing what I can find. Laser cannon do. Okay. Nope, that's a Jedi.
I feel like I would say I think the Wookiees' only chance would be, even though I remember my memory serves me about their cloaking ships, they had to decloak to shoot. So I only remember one instance where they had a cloaked ship that could shoot while cloaked, and that was destroyed in one of the movies. If I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And that's one of the other questions I was thinking about, the variables, and like what era Klingon ships are we talking about? Are we talking about like the TNG or the
Next generation.
Next Generation or original series, where the 12, the old Klingon bird of preys had different issues, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it looks like Star Wars didn't have as much though as Star Trek in that. But yeah, I think Klingons would definitely win that round.
I say I think Star Trek had more advanced in that technology, and that's why I'd say definitely advantage Klingons in space.
At least we know now, because that's interesting that we learned something new.
Exactly.
The more you know.
The more you know. Oh yeah, I remember that commercial when I was younger. Now, let's see. Trying to see what else. Okay, so we did the land.
We did the air.
Oh, Wookiees can actually rush into battle wielding Reich blades. Oh, I gotta show this.
I want to see this.
Yeah, I do want to see it too. I want to see what kind of blades. What?
Bring my blade. I want to see my weapon of choice here.
Look at that.
Oh man, I want to get my hands on that.
So yeah, on land, with or without weapons, I think
I'd definitely say Wookiees. I still have to say advantage Wookiee on land.
Yeah.
No, I don't want something that. Look at this.
That's a spear. That's a spear right there.
They could take any of the Klingon weapons and be like, "Ha ha, mine! I'm gonna use it against you." Let me see if there's any other photos of Wookiees. Oh, that's. Hold on. Of course, Chewbacca. Oh yeah, they're battle ready. Look at this.
Okay,
that's my tube.
I think that was them preparing.
They have a bit of armor, but they don't really need it. Dang, they look vicious. They look like werewolves coming at you. I'll turn you into one of me. That's actually pretty cool, though. Like all these cool photos.
Let the Wookiee win.
Let's see.
Woohoo!
Well, I want to see if they have any other images of Wookiee, because they're big on their face. Oh, here's another. You see this one?
They have one. Whoa! They have a Jedi thing.
A Jedi?
Yeah, right on the. Right
I was just say there's one. I can see one. Yeah, there's look like there's one wielding a lightsaber.
That's what I said. That's why I said that. Yep. Lightsaber.
The Wookiee Jedi. Oh.
And if I remember correctly, in the one of the anime series, they had a young Jedi trainee, which was a Wookiee. If I'm not remember correctly, I just saw that recently.
You know what though? If the Klingon are against a Jedi Wookiee, then they're in deep.
That's even worse.
Yeah, because
What?
they would not need the cloaking technology because it could be like you do not see us.
I'm coming to get you. Ah!
They could sense it.
Mine.
I want to see if there's any good Klingon Star Trek ones. You know, the Discovery look is not my favorite look, but if they were going for evolving from that, I understand.
I feel like I think Discoveries is but it's kind of a budget thing. I feel like some of their butt calls because of the fact.
Well, it's also they didn't have full rights, so they had to do a couple of
that's probably why as well, actually.
But yeah, so now when it came to the next generation on, those are the Klingons I like.
Commander Wolf.
Oh, he's my favorite. I'm trying to see if it shows anything else. We have one of these, I think. The Klingon bird of prey that we bring to conventions. If I remember correctly. It's this one. Find Honor and Glory in Star Trek. Oh, the Star Trek Adventures core book. But yeah, I definitely in the skies, unless it's a Wookiee who has Jedi mind tricks involved, I think. Definitely. So, Chewbacca and I don't know. I wouldn't say Worf against Chewbacca because I think they would be on the same side.
I say, I think Worf would be smart. Like realize, like, hey,
it'd be like the dark side is like our bad Klingons or whatever, and I forgot the main evil. Was there one Klingon that was known for always being?
Yes.
Wasn't it this one?
I can't think of his name.
Neither can I. Maybe
I would say whoever the character from he was in the. Well, I'm going to say it was the last of the original series movies that faced. Face Kirk. I don't remember the Klingon's name. It was like
no, there was one no. I would know it if I saw the picture with it, you know. Let me see. Let's see. Star Trek ranking the top 10 Klingons. Let's see if he's in this list. Because now I'm curious. Okay. Let's see. There was Kern. Oh. No. Call. No. Chang. Oh, this one was the one who wouldn't stop quoting Shakespeare.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking. One of the ones I'm thinking of. That
really
cry havoc and release the dogs of war.
This one, the one who got Captain shoot. You got McCoy and Kirk to go into the got them. They got arrested and put into, what was that? I forgot what the world was called.
I think I remember that movie. That was in Star Trek 6, I believe.
Yeah, he was a Klingon that who actually killed the who was it that was on their ship? When he prosecutes Kirk and McCoy. I can't remember the name. My brain went. I was right there. It was Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country one. You know how they get prosecuted and sent to the.
Never seen it, so
I remember bits and pieces. I just, like I said, that's why I remember the one Klingon that was, it was, as you said, was quoting like Shakespeare. I think it was Shakespeare, I'm guessing. While he was attacking the Enterprise.
I'll know it more when I get to it.
And it was also,
sometimes I'm like, I know what I'm talking about, but I need to see it.
That was also the movie where I mentioned that was the Klingon that had the bird of prey that could shoot from while cloaked.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the plot, they're going for peace. So Starflame sent, they were meeting the Klingon Chancellor, Gorkin, and to escort him to negotiations on Earth. And of course, he was killed. Kirk and McCoy were arrested for his assassination. And they were sent for life imprisonment to the frozen asteroid Rora Penth.
Wow.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And while they were there, they met a shapeshifter and they were trying to get out. And if Spock initiates a forced mind meld and learns that a group of Federation, Klingon, and Romulan officers plotted to sabotage the peace talks. The torpedoes that struck Gorgon's cruiser came from Chang's prototype bird of prey that can fire while cloaked. So that was when the cloaking started to show itself, and before they were like, wait, it can cloak. But yeah, Chang was the one who manipulated to get them prosecuted.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
he was evil. I meant he's an evil one.
I said that was probably the only, again, that was one of the only known instances of a bird of prey being able to shoot while cloaked.
Yep. And then Goron. He was in DS9. He was everything that is wrong with the Klingon Empire. He's a political manipulator, pulls all kinds of behind-the-scenes idiocracy, and almost loses the Dominion War for the entire Alpha Quadrant because of his ego. Yeah. He was another one. No, she wasn't as bad. Which one? Christopher Lloyd. Well, he was, yeah.
Chris Lloyd.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Christopher Lloyd is he's a good actor. He's a wonderful actor.
Mm-hmm.
One of a kind he is, and
he's in many movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, I want to, again, I'm going to say his most prominent was definitely Back to the Future because of the fact the cult following of that trilogy.
I love Back to the Future.
And there's another one he did. It's called Good Goblins Went Bad. He's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I can recommend a lot of movies, but that's off the point. But
not war.
It's one of those things where I wish they it would have came to this to North America, there was a musical in, I think it was a UK or something. It was Back to the Future musical, and I saw the initial trailer. It was basically Chris Lloyd was behind a newspaper, but handing out things to the cast, and it's like it was the slow roll reveal of him behind the newspaper, and it's just like, oh my god, that was a cool trailer to begin with. I was like, oh, that was cool.
Goron was also in. Yeah, Goron was one of the Chang and Goron, I think, were the two main ones I'm thinking about for like evil. Now Kern, he started bad, but when they found out they were brothers and he realized things, he turned around. But definitely Chang and Goron. They're the type I'm thinking about.
Two more notable ones, some of the most notable ones, I should say.
But there has been several different Klingons, and you could see how, some of them are so intent on war and always fighting that they're oblivious to what can make them better. And then there's the ones who want to build and, make themselves better, but still able to take on the ability to fight when needed. They're pretty much saying we don't always have to fight. We will fight when it is needed.
Exactly.
So, but it's amazing how far everything's come. But Wookiees and Star Trek, definitely Klingons and Wookiees, I would say, are the battle ones.
Honestly, even if it had a crossover scenario, I don't know if they would actually fight. I wouldn't really see them fighting each other, because it seems like they have respect for. The Klingons would have respect for the Wookiees fighting prowess probably as well.
That, I think, is based on the Klingon. The Wookiees would only fight if they need to.
Yeah.
Unlike Klingons, who some of their people want to always fight. So yes, if they met Worf, they would be on the same side. If they met someone like Goron or Chang, they would be at opposite sides. So it's based on the Klingon. And so far, I've not seen or heard anything about a bad Wookiee.
No, I haven't.
So
I mean, I've only seen it once, and it's in a video game, and that's not even deemed canon anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if that ever came into play, I'd definitely say, oh, that could cause issues too. But if you think about it, a lot of the Klingons that wanted their ways were manipulative. So it's one of those where it's based on who the Wookiee is and what they believe, and the same with the Klingons. But exactly. I could see them working together, and I could see them at odds as well, based on whose side who's on.
Who they encounter is what you're basically
who they encounter along the way, definitely. One moment. Okay. I was looking to see if there was a message somewhere. But yeah, so we got the ground with and without the weapons, the air. What about, well, I would say this is like the ground on the starship. It's a starship itself, whether it be one in Star Trek or one in Star Wars. Would you still say the Wookiees have the upper hand? I think so.
I feel like it might not be. I feel like tactically it would change a little bit, because being the rules of space are always the same. If you puncture the hole of your ship, you're doomed. You doom everybody.
Yeah,
Tactics
Wookiees
would
are
change
smart
a little
enough.
bit.
Wookiees are smart enough to know better than to try to do that. But Klingons are dumb sometimes.
Yeah,
if they're trying. I mean, I love some of them, but some of them are so adamant on, I want to fight to the death, that they'll do anything to get their way, even if it kills them.
I'll say, yeah. I could see that if it's their ship, if it was a Wookiee boarding party on a Klingon ship, I could definitely see a Klingon being stupid enough just to blow up, puncture their hull, cause a massive decompression, kill everybody on board, just to prevent them from taking the ship.
True. They're very how would you say? What I'm trying to think of the word I want to say. Oh, I hate when that happens. That's when you know you're getting old.
I would say they would just make their ship blow up, basically self-destruct.
Yes.
They've done that before. Remember? I don't even remember if it was an episode or a movie, but there was that one scene where they're like, one of the guys blew up his ship, one of the other ships, and they're like, we still had people on there, and he's like, what did he say? Shoot, I forgot what it was. I think they were trying to stop somebody from getting certain technology or something. But yeah, I could see a Klingon doing that in a heartbeat. Now, Wookiees, they won't do it. They would fight more, I think, for not having to let go of or letting any of those they love to be killed. That
I feel
is
like that'd
one
be a last
difference, I
resort
think.
for Wookiees.
Yeah, that would be like if they talked at the beginning saying, if this happens, go ahead and do it. They would have to agree to it or something. I don't know. I just see it like on a different, like their mentalities are a little bit different. I mean, they're still warriors, but they will fight and they will try to come to the aid of the ones they love, instead of some of the Klingons who are like, oh, they did this wrong, they're gone. You know? Wookiees are more compassionate, I think, to a point. So it's like, do you agree, Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda.
He agreed.
Oh.
I know, it's too cute, right?
It's adorable.
And then, of course, I also
Baby
have
Yoda.
the Tribble.
That Tribble.
So I have both Star Trek and Star Wars in front of me and behind me.
I really don't have any Star Wars or I don't have any of either of those.
Oh,
I don't have either of those.
Uh-oh, he has something. Would you be a Wookiee or a Klingon, though?
Me, I'll probably go Wookiee. I'm already feeling like Sasquatch.
That's funny.
I mean, I have enough. I deal with body hair and hair enough as it is. I already feel like. Oh, he's got a stormtrooper helmet.
Here we go.
You can't. We can barely understand you.
He just said ha ha ha. That's all. Wait. Uh oh. Baby Yoda's trying to do the Force. Look, he took it off of you. I'm just kidding.
Well, it actually fits with the headset on.
Sometimes, not always.
But that's one of those things where I so want to go to Galaxy's Edge just to walk around and just have fun.
Oh, I want to go there when things get better. I so want to go.
Same.
So bad. I want to ride the rides. You know, you can make your own R2-D2 or other.
I heard that's actually opens with COVID. I believe that's one of the ones that's actually open. But the other one I heard, the build your lightsaber one isn't open at the moment.
I'll use my force on you.
I wish that's what I want to do is the build your own lightsaber.
This is what Baby Yoda says to that. And he's coming to get you. Ha ha ha. Baby Yoda said, no, I have more of the force power.
Oh, boy.
Come on, you gotta love Star Wars and Star Trek. It's all awesome.
Yeah. It is all awesome, yes.
But yeah, in the end, I think Wookiees have more of an upper hand.
Woo!
To a certain aspect. I mean, yeah, the Klingons get the air, but they don't always fight in the air. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in Star Trek there's a lot more in the air, I think, to a point. But they also have
more
land
space
fights.
combat than
Star
anything.
Wars is a lot of both. Definitely a lot of both.
Definitely a lot of both.
I was thinking, talk about Baby Yoda, you know, the little thing he goes in. I was thinking of what I could do to make a cosplay of being the thing that he goes in and just putting him in there and be like,
kangaroo. You're thinking of like a kangaroo kind of thing.
Kinda. But more of like full body, almost like upper body. Everything else in black. So it's like you can't see the rest of me. Mwahaha. I love the TikTok. There's one girl who does TikTok where Baby Yoda, she calls the kid, and she's the mama trooper. It's so cute.
Oh, goes this way.
He's having trouble with putting it away.
No, it's because it's a way they do it. They got it. I have to find the. There you go. Put it out for there. I'll do it later.
Speaking of, you want to? This is completely unrelated, but we're just showing memorabilia of stuff. I got here's one of my personal favorites. This is a video game one. It's from Zelda from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay. I never played that one.
And it has a light.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if we looked at memorabilia, I have a bunch.
Well, it's exclusive from First Four Figures is the website I got it from, and it does a lot of different genres is what I was going to get at. But it's a cool thing because I like that. I personally like that game. It was a great one, and.
Let's see where. I want to see if there's any other warrior species in Star Wars. We talked about.
I just got another one we could have probably used. You were just talking about Baby Yoda. We should have done Mandalorians versus Klingons. They're similar in.
Not exactly, because Mandalorians aren't a species. It's a bunch of different species who become a part of a group. They're known as the Mandalorians. They're more of assassins. Klingons are more of a warrior species.
I mean,
the Tusken Raiders. The Tusken Raiders.
I would say they would lose. Tusken Raiders are not well organized.
Which one? Who is it? Sorry, I didn't.
He's talking about
the Tusken Raiders.
To Tusken Raiders versus crap.
The Paleo.
I want to see if there's anything on them though.
I mean, the only thing I could do is so the Tusken Raiders are the ones from who is episode 1.
They're Sand people.
The known Sand people.
They appeared in episode 1 and episode 4.
So they don't have.
They've appeared in other episodes too.
I believe in episode 2
and they're
as well.
in Mandalorian.
So they don't have much. They have weapons to shoot, but
they scare easily.
They get scared and they get killed easy. Yeah. So
they're extremely xenophobic and territorial of their native resources, often attacking the outskirts of smaller settlements. So that they attack because they believe you're on their land and this is our resource, our planet type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're not. They're kind of a warrior species, but not. They're more of a territorial species.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, here's another one. Trendashon. How do you say Trendashons or Tudashok?
Well, actually,
reptilian.
What we were discussing was somewhat correct about Mandalorians, but but they originated on a planet. They're consisted of different clans as well. So it's like that's all. But still, be interesting to see Mandalorian that culture in their prime versus Klingons too.
Well, Mandalorian, the thing they have is the technology behind them. They have the blaster packs. They have hidden guns everywhere. The armor.
Let me just put the book
I know it's
up
going
here.
off of the Wookiee. Oh yeah, I already have it.
So this. They both have clothing. Even the child has a clothing, which is funny. They live in like a tent, like a Utah tent. Can have 30 people in it.
That's a lot of people in one tent.
I can just see I can see the party in that. Oh, let's go, Mr. What's Up a tent and have a beer. They have an axe blade, a guitar stick, which is a warrior stick. Has tip to kill or paralyze with sandbat venom. Ooh, that sounds bad.
I didn't know that part.
Huh. No, it's in the book.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff that you don't see on the website is in this book. This is the book is called Star Wars. You can get it chapters or whatever.
Well, it's also hard to, since the lore is ever changing, and what I want to say, don't want to drop bad mouth the owners right now of Star Wars, but I will anyway because the fact they keep changing their canon around so much, and much to the ire of the fandom.
Yeah,
Disney, you're talking about?
Yes, I.
Not too many people are happy with Disney these days.
Well, the rumors are spoiling what's going on with LucasArts. They're trying to. I feel like it's going to be a change up in their Lucasfilm's leadership soon, because it seems like they're not too happy with, because obviously Disney sees Star Wars as a cash cow, and it's not. I think the last couple of movies haven't been doing as well as what they wanted or expected, because it's. I think I quote what I said was Star Wars fatigue. We're just getting too much Star Wars right now. They've saturated the market too quickly.
Okay, so sand people. They have wire spikes. They have headbands. They have moist traps. They have the stick with the spill with the poison thing on it. They have a part called wart. It's like a frog that has bad warts on it.
Ew.
Yeah. Lives on this here. That's what he looks like right on the bottom here. It eats insects with its long tail.
If we're gonna say them versus Klingons, I'll definitely rule Klingons probably.
Yeah. They have a blade, and they have that's it. They have a blade. They don't have much.
I mean, heck, I'll even pick stormtroopers over sand people, because even with the quote unquote stormtrooper aim,
stormtrooper aim, yeah,
yes,
where they always miss.
It's an interesting debate. How would the Klingons escape from this the plant here, the Sarlacc?
The Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know some people have escaped it though. But
Boba Fett being
yeah,
Only one.
yeah,
Only one who escaped.
the only one I
yeah,
know
and
that. Well, Boba
because
had
of his pack helped him.
his armor
Um,
helped him too. Yeah, his
yeah.
whole armor suit helped him.
So when you go into the mouth,
Mhm.
you have a sand trap, which is
Hmm.
you know what happened if you step on a sand trap, and
Yeah.
then you have these poisoned needle things, then which will paralyze you for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Sounds incredibly painful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you ever count how many people who went into that mouth in the scene with the
Oh, there was a good bit.
That was
about
that was Return of one of the best scenes in Return from that era of Star Wars.
yeah. So I say about 8 or 9 people
Hmm.
got eaten.
Well, here's something.
Sorry, I'm
That,
eating Smarties.
all right. So, what about this one? Trandashans or Tadashak?
So he is
Reptilians, sentient humanoids from planet Tradansha, and were renowned as great hunters. They relished the thrill of the hunt and were known to embark on a hunting-related rite of passage. Garnock was a Tradishan hunter who operated a game preserve on the moon Waska and oversaw his son's fatably failed rite of passage, which was done in the form of hunting a Jedi Padawan. One of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy was a Trandashan known as Boss, who pulled jobs for various organizations, including Galactic Empire. And then there's this right here. They say they're a hardy lot. The preserved char holds a torn arm from a Tradishan male, ripped off cleanly by an enraged Wookiee. Analysts with shred skin samples from Bosk's domicile confirmed a match. He's since regenerated that arm. Looks like the old lizard can take more than a punch and return to the fight. So, unlike the Klingon, if their arms were off, they couldn't regenerate. This guy can.
and he's one of the if you watch the movies, you can see him a few times, but one time he's on the ship where Vader walks by him and giving them instructions who they're
the bounty
after.
hunter, the bounty hunter scene.
All the bounty hunters, and he's one of them on it, and the other one is the bounty hunter that got killed by the sand trap, that plant there.
Ooh, they got pointed teeth.
Yes, he does.
They walk barefooted.
I hate to meet him in person.
I'm trying to see. Oh, they're Wookiees hate them.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what else this says. Trying to see what else they say on them. But they're known to be deadly bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Wow. But the Wookiees actually are the only ones so far that have taken them out. Like, if they don't kill them, they render them where they can't fight anymore. They're fierce warriors and tough to kill. With these guys against Klingons, ooh.
I would say the Klingons on that one.
Really?
Yep.
Let me see if. Oh wait, I want to look at the. I'm not looking for Wikipedia. I'm looking for Wikipedia. No, not that. I'm gonna try to see if I could find more about these guys to be sure.
Those guys.
Yeah, well, I have the information. It's just I want to see
So
if
those.
they say.
So they are trained in there's a backstory. If you watch the Clone Wars, there's a little bit of a backstory in it in season 5 or 6. There's a little bit of the back season on that. I can't tell you the whole thing, but because it's part of the episode. But what I remember is that they get trained by the dark side. They have to fight each other, so they may have to kill each other to become the royal guard, or in this case, dark whatever. And they there's a course that they have to take to become that.
Yeah, it looks like they're not good against Wookiees. So they would definitely not be good against Klingons, other than regenerating their limbs.
That's gonna be a long.
Yeah, once they hit middle age, they can't do it anymore. And they were always outmatched by their rivals, the Wookiees, in unarmed combat. And they also were considered somewhat clumsy and awkward.
Yep, you're right on that.
Yeah, so I do not think pretty much the only ones who could go against the Klingons and win would be the Wookiees. Any other warrior race in Star Wars, it shows that
I'm sending something in the private chat. The link.
Okay.
To me or to.
There's another species that I want to say Darth Maul being the name of it, but his race is called Zabrak, or they're like self-determination, equally dominant need for independence, but they're also well known for their warrior aspects as well.
Yes, that's so
they're near human though.
Near human, yes.
They're close to human, but they're on the dark side. More on the dark side. So to do the training, it's like I said there's one of the series, they talk about these characters, how they train to become what they are.
Well, they have resistance to physical pain and possess a second heart.
Yeah.
Oh, they could breed with humans.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They're
single-minded and observe.
They can be very skilled.
Self-assured that they can accomplish any task they set out to do. However, this did not lead Zabrak to develop a sense of prideful superiority towards others of his or her kind. It was not uncommon to see competition between colonies. This was not seen as a negative. They were proud, strong, and confident beings. They believed that nothing was truly impossible and strove to prove skeptics wrong at every turn. Some Zabraks carried themselves with an air of superiority toward other races, frequently discussing the achievements of their people with pride and could border on arrogance. As warriors or adventurers, Zabrak tended to be dedicated, intense, and extremely focused. Hold on. Let me see. The Zabrak from Eridonia were not uncommon to be among the best hand-to-hand fighters and weaponsmiths in the galaxy.
Is it?
They take their names from animals native to Iridonia. Now let's see.
I wouldn't say they give Wookiees a run for their money, because Wookiees could still probably tear their arms off. But I would say maybe them versus Klingons is going to be, that might be an interesting fight.
I agree.
So they were once taking to be part of the Imperial. A lot of them became Siths, but then they became defiant and started to resist Imperial occupation. Oh, wow. Many of them then joined the Alliance to restore the Republic to fight back against the Empire. Following the defeat at the Empire of the Battle of Endor, the Zabrak race united as one and joined the fledgling New Republic, determined to never again be put under the oppression they had suffering during the height of the New Order. They left themselves to be oppressed, though. They helped rebuild. I'm trying to see. They don't say anything about their fighting style. It doesn't say if they're able to defeat any other.
Yeah, I can't really base it off of certain ones because of the fact they're Sith trained, or the dark side users were trained by.
Well, if you watch the Clone Wars, even Sith trained, they were manipulated. They let themselves be manipulated. And of course, Darth Maul and Savage oppress the brothers. Well, one of the brothers saw how they were being used, but he still loved his other brother and helped him. And he became, let's say, I'm trying not to spoil anything because I saw this episode, but he became really out to get the Jedi, especially Obi-Wan.
That would be Maul. That sounds like Darth Maul.
The Jedi were able to defeat any of them that were with the Sith. So if the Jedi can defeat them, I'm not sure if they could defeat Klingons. Still, Wookiees seem to be the ones that have more of a play in defeating them, especially oh, we lost one. Especially, oops. Yeah. Where'd he go?
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that we might not have as much information on certain races of Star Wars is probably why as well. You have limited, not.
Well, let me see if I could find any other info on them. Okay. Body. Yeah, we already read that one. Trying to see if they have anything else on them offhand. Okay, we already did that. Let's try this. No, wrong one. How do you spell it? Zabrak. Star Wars. Okay. There he is.
So
Welcome back.
thank you.
Did you crash?
Yeah, something happened.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, sorry.
So I just read something about Jar Jar Brinks.
Oh
What
boy,
I just posted it on the private chat. So,
Jar Jar Binks.
and I thought he was a good guy.
This is honestly
I think it's influenced by the dark side. I know that Clone Wars. So that does not help his matter. Yep.
Any rumors about Jar Jar that are just that rumors because it has never been confirmed by anyone. I've heard those rumors before. Actually, the more prime Jar Jar rumor I've heard was Jar Jar is Darth Plagueis. That is the one rumor I prominently heard.
Always a lot of rumors going around.
But I mean, it's when I've looked at those rumors, the more I believe. And at one point, I believe Lucas was considering using that method, but I don't know what changed his mind, but it changed his mind, and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would have made more. It would have made a lot more sense if they made Jar Jar what he was, and that bumbling stuff was just an act to keep suspicion away from him.
Definitely. Huh. Trying to see if they have. Maybe they have it more under the other name they go by. Iridonians. Or Iridonians, sorry. Here we go. This might have a little bit more to help along to see. All right, so they are known as, well, we know their appearance has the horns on their head, so don't need to read that again.
Say horns and facial markings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, where are you? Let me go back. Here we go. The legends. This is what I wanted. All right, so the Iridonians were warrior people with a particularly bloodthirsty reputation. Most galactic citizens feared them, for it was rumored that they would continue to attack a corpse even after the target was dead and turn against each other in battle when their bloodlust overwhelmed them. Oh. The Iridonians were rivals to the Connie and Mandalorian cultures, and members of this species were found on such planets as Manane during the Jedi Civil War, a period of galactic unrest between 3959 and 3956 BBY. The amnesiac Jedi Knight and former Sith Lord Revan encountered an Iridonian mercenary on Manyan during the war. The armored warrior told Revan of his people's history before Revan continued on his quest for the maps that would lead him to the Star-forged superweapon of the Sith Empire.
I remember that game. That was a good game.
Oh,
or that's the Old Republic 1.
They have traditional rivalry between their own species, but also the Akani species and Mandalorian warrior culture. They despise the Mandalorians for prioritizing credits over bloodshed. Wow. They manufactured specialized weapons and armor for their own use, although for much of galactic history, those designs were officially outlawed. Wow. They're a rare sight in a civilized galaxy, even during the Jedi Civil War, conflict between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire beginning. Both sides in the conflict sought to recruit Iridonians to fight for their respective sides due to their reputation as powerful, if eccentric warriors, a product of their cultural ethos of savagery. And of course, their armor and weapons were illegal. Oh my gosh. By the time of the Cold War, Iridonians' hearts were traded on the black market by organ harvesters. That's yuck.
Uh-oh. I see a cat that doesn't look amused.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Kitty.
Hello, kitty.
Always the animals. The animals always get our attention.
Has that I am not amused.
Mm-hmm. Based on what I'm hearing about them, they're not somebody that you could rely on. You can't trust them at all because they'll turn on you in a heartbeat and even turn on their own people. We can't hear you, White Horse.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay.
I was saying that I read something about that, and by the way, this is Mario. He's my one of my members.
Aw. I have my dog Izzy beside me napping. She's not happy when I don't pay attention to her 24/7. And then
sounds like animals.
Outside the door is Maverick and Goose. They're two brother tabbies. One's really fluffy, the other is really smaller and cute little face.
Right.
And Maverick's the cuddly one. And I was like, off topic, animals.
Yes.
That's what happens with live podcasts.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
made it.
But yeah, it's based on their people. I wouldn't say they're more. They won't take to war against somebody unless they want to do it, pretty much.
Exactly.
If it's something they're looking, like as it said, one of them was looking for the Starforged super weapon, so his intent was just doing that, and he was he wouldn't join anybody else. So I wouldn't consider them, like, if they came across the Klingons, I think the Klingons would win because the Klingons are more organized and they work together when they need to fight an opponent. And I don't think because it sounds like even when they're fighting an enemy, they fight each other, which is not something good if you want to win a war or a fight for that matter.
Okay.
Mario, you were adorable.
Yes.
Sucking up, Mario. They're sucking up. They don't get points, Mario. They don't. You're not in that department. You work for me.
It's all good. I have 3 animals here though that keep me busy anyway. They're like kids sometimes. But yeah, I don't. Yeah. There's a lot of different species though that don't get as much face time in Star Wars, I noticed.
A lot of them.
Yeah, Star Trek at least introduces them, like, even if it's just one episode, then later down the line you see them again.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Again, part of the problem is
since
I want to again blame kind of blame Disney because of the fact when they made most of the stuff non-canon. Yeah, you basically now most of your stuff that's considered canon is based off the 9 or 10 plus movies they have now, and
they're supposed to be revamping everything so it follows better, they're saying. So I don't know what
I mean,
they do,
one of the
but
best decisions I would hope they would do is reinstate the universe to what it was, just so because the fact they have a lot more to go off of with the universe they
yeah.
threw away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're saying something about the last 3. They're gonna not. I don't know if they're gonna redo it or just do new movies or something. But
I heard a lot of rumors with the Disney trilogy. I heard different universe for the one of the things I heard was a different universe and altogether. But Tales from the Force, I think, is one of the things I heard, which was basically Tales of something like that. But I just heard rumor.
well, I'm looking at it now.
I'm not sure exactly. None of the things I've heard have been considered confirmed, but I heard a lot of different ideas and theories going around about the.
All right, so the first one that they definitely have agreed upon is the movie, the Star Wars: The Bad Batch in 2021.
That's yep.
The Bad Batch.
They don't come up with good names.
It's pretty much Captain Rex and the Bad Batch must infiltrate an enemy base on Anaxis. Oh, it's from the show The Clone Wars.
That's probably why.
There we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a new animated series, actually, in 2021. Cassian Andor Rogue One prequel series. They're still to be determined.
I heard they're going to do something with Rogue One, and I heard some of the cast from Rogue One is coming back.
Yeah, how can they come back?
If it's before the actual Rogue One movie, then it's possible. If it's saying prequel to Rogue One.
It's a prequel series that's supposed to be shooting this year. It's been delayed until 2021, but Cassian Andor's Rebel Adventures will seemingly film this year. So it's about his adventures before he joined and went and got the blueprints for them and died.
Disney has a bad habit of repeating itself. That's what.
Yes.
And this is somebody else we talked about this with me and a colleague of mine from my old job. They keep repeating and repeating and repeating. And after a while, it's going to get annoying.
All right. So Ewan McGregor has been confirmed to play Obi-Wan Kenobi once more.
Yes, they're doing a Disney Plus series.
Yes, it's going to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Right now, there's no official release date due to everything going on, but pretty much it's going to go over his story and his. They actually have a trailer. Let me see.
I would take that with a grain of salt because there's a lot of fan-made trailers on.
Before you play it, I have to caution you. Do not play it on any stream because if you play it, they will kick you off. Just because of
play it live. I'm looking at. I'm not sharing the screen right now. I'm seeing
just because copyright reasons.
Yeah, and we're on. We are streaming to YouTube, and YouTube is very strict on that.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with my voice acting. I do voice acting, so
I've been trying to get into that actually.
Oh, you have to talk to me about that. I'm one of them.
Okay. I'll be a voice actor. Star Wars 3 Visions.
All right, so
they don't have a trailer yet.
I figured out what I did.
What did you do?
Flip my head over. That's why I didn't fit in. No, it doesn't want to fit in.
There's no official trailer yet, actually.
I was gonna say there's a lot of fan-made Kenobi trailers. which some of them are. I commend on how well they made them because.
Now they do have the Mandalorian 2 trailer.
Oh yeah,
out.
season 2
I
trailer
love
did
that.
drop. If I remember correctly.
Yes.
I heard season 2 trailer dropped.
More Baby Yoda. Okay, so there's Obi-Wan. Untitled Taka Wata movie.
But yeah,
What?
I can't wait because the fact
Whoops, hold on. There we go.
I can't wait for an Obi-Wan one because the fact they've been wanting. Star Wars fans have been clamoring for that just to see that. They want to see McGregor pick up the mantle again and do it one more time, cover the gap between Episode 3 and Episode 4.
Oh, they already started pre-production for Mandalorian season 3. Yay.
Wow. Season 3.
That'd be funny. But they're talking about untitled J.D. Dillard movie, rumored untitled Kevin Feige movie to be determined.
I think
Interesting.
Ryan Johnson trilogy. So they're going to do another trilogy, it looks like. Untitled Leslie Headland.
Dear God, no. Not let Ryan Johnson stay away. Keep him away from Star Wars, please.
Who is he? Sorry, I don't know who he is.
Ryan Johnson was the person that did Episode 8. He was the one that directed Episode 8, and that's what he's received a lot of backlash for Episode 8.
I don't know why. Sorry. I don't know why Disney do these stupid things. They make people mad, and then they think they could suck it up to them.
I want to see Jon Favreau do a Star Wars trilogy because in fact he's the director of the Mandalorian series, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him be the lead on a Star Wars trilogy. He'll do it well because he seems to know the source material and he seems to respect the source material.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
I mean,
need that.
And you just see how what is successful and what hasn't been successful. The Mandalorian has been very successful because I haven't heard anyone negatively review that or that.
Interesting.
I haven't looked. I haven't seen it personally, but I mean, there's a lot of people that are loving the Mandalorian series just for.
I haven't seen it, so
how different it is.
Don't tell me. I have to go see it. Please don't tell me.
I'm not gonna. I can't tell you. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying what I've heard. I mean, I already know the one thing. We already know the one big spoiler of that series. It's just Baby Yoda because we've seen it.
Season 1. I can't wait for season 2 because I'm gonna watch it. But yes, one of the spoilers is Baby Yoda.
That's the only thing. That's the one spoiler I know.
Baby Yoda, go to
everyone
bed.
Freaking the world exploded over Baby Yoda.
Nuggets. I told them they're gone. I'm sorry.
Chicky nuggies.
Actually, did a post on TikTok with him stealing my chicky nuggies. I was like, "Oh, my last one," and it disappeared. I'm like, "Ah!" And I looked.
Chicky nuggies and Chucky moo moo milk.
Yeah, Chucky milk, chocolate milk. That you can't go wrong with chocolate milk, though. I'm sorry.
I agree. You can't go wrong with that at all.
Yep, it's good stuff.
A lot of. Hey, it's a 1-up. Mushroom.
And.
Mario. Is that your favorite game to play?
Yeah.
I could tell.
I'm a Mario player.
Okay,
Did you watch the movie then?
Now you're challenging me. This is another Zelda figure, but this is from their Amiibo line.
Now you're gonna let me get down the big supplies.
And it's one of my favorite game from one of my favorite Zelda titles because it's a wolf. Wolf Link.
Wolf Link.
I love it.
Charles Manette. Signed. of all the characters.
Dang.
Nice.
With a lot of money to me. It's in my office, locked. Not even my staff can get to that.
Oh, you have a staff? What do you work for?
My ship.
Oh.
That's why I'm wearing a yellow. That's why I'm wearing a
Your
yellow
yellow-
shirt. My department color shirt. They know who.
That's
They
nice.
know who. They know who I'm the boss of.
I'm wearing an anime shirt because I was gonna wear my Serenity or try to find one of my Star Wars, but they're missing. One's I think one's.
I should have
in the
worn my
hamster,
Baby
the other
Yoda
I don't
T-shirt.
know.
Darn, I forgot about it.
Well, I have my Baby Yoda and my
I have a-
Tribble, so I got them both. I'm good.
And it's like, here's one of my personal autograph collections, but it's
See,
basically a comedy CD.
see his frog and his soup. He got two.
Nice.
But he always wants my chicken nuggies.
He always wants the chicky nuggies.
chicken nuggies.
I love Baby Yoda memes are the best. Chicky
You know
nuggies.
they're trying to now Baby Gizmo, Baby Groot, and all that. And Groot and Baby Yoda have this little thing together that's cute on
Oh
YouTube.
boy.
It's funny. No, they
I've
don't
never-
attack each other. They dance together and they talk. It's so funny. But
Baby Groot.
with Baby Gizmo, I'm like, okay, he's cute, but he's trouble if you get him wet or feed him after midnight. You got gremlin issues.
I gotta see. Yeah, I'd love to see more Baby Groot and Baby Yoda memes together. Them doing stuff together. That'd be that'd be the cure.
But Baby Yoda is awesome. My hubby got this for our anniversary. Yeah, 4-year anniversary. I got a Baby Yoda. And it took a while to get to us too, but it was to pre-order and then it would ship out it was in August it was going to ship out and we pre-ordered it back in like May. Yeah, May.
Yeah, it takes a while to get everywhere.
Oh,
It's like it's worth it in the end because it's so cute.
I do have a Star Wars. I do have something Star Wars.
Mhm.
Oops. Oh well.
Mhm.
Here's my Star Wars thing. It is
cool.
it is a Jawa.
Jawa.
All right,
They're
now
so
I'm gonna.
funny.
I
We don't have
honestly
time to show everything. 2 more minutes.
no. This is
Oh, there you
this
go.
is the last thing I'll show. And as my joke is, I call it Darth Jawa because it's a evil looking Jawa.
Well, before he gets back, so the final answers on land with or without weapons, Wookiee. In
Woohoo!
space with the flying ships, it is definitely Klingons.
Definitely Klingon, yes.
Yep. So pretty much Wookiee wins. If you think about it, they're
Yeah,
what is he?
basically.
Oh, nice.
There-
Riker, Picard. I love
And
twins.
Joji.
Nice.
Riker and yeah.
I'm missing a couple. I'm missing a few. Which
And then just
All
one
right,
of the
so-
more memorable things of those two characters is the face palm when they face palm.
Yeah. Now, since we have only an hour left, I'm
Minute
going
left.
to thank both Captain Jason Whitehorse and Jeremy, aka Mad J Dog, for joining me as guests on Wookiee versus Klingons. Who would win? And you think you would win? I doubt that. I
oh,
sense Wookiee taking those arms. But of course, as you guys know, as I said, Fusion Radio, Fusion Pop is presented and produced by Fusion Radio. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. we go live, and we don't have the theme for next week yet, so keep your ears and eyes pierced as I'm going to update it on our Fusion Pop. We do now have a Facebook Fusion Pop page you could follow. And I want to thank you guys again for joining me and hope you guys could join another time. And I want to
With
say
pleasure.
good night, everyone.
It's always fun.
Bye.
Bye.
bye.